Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Jurassic RimWorld Let's Play. Between episodes, I've been trying to get a little bit of work done on the base. So the main thing being queuing up the new hedges to be put in place of the berry bushes. So I talked about this before, but the berry bushes were just a bit too much. I liked the way they looked. That wasn't the issue. It's just that because there was no real way to just have them be purely aesthetic, they, were effectively a crop. We were continuously harvesting a bunch of berries we didn't need. We had to keep replanting them because if we just left them be, they would eventually die, or when they got harvested, they would be gone. So I've added, I forget the name, but you guys are probably familiar with it. It's the sort of like outdoor decoration mod that adds all this stuff in. I've been putting in artificial hedges in all the spots where we had berry bushes, and so these are effectively just like a wall, though it doesn't prevent movement. So I guess it's more like a sandbag, just a sandbag that adds beauty and looks like a hedge rather than a sandbag that gives defense and looks ugly. So we're going through replacing all of those. It just costs us a bit of wood, which is not an issue. And then the other thing I did, based on a suggestion in the comments, is I've moved our water treatment stuff over to the prison. And I think this is going to really help with the whole sewage issue, with it not being drained consistently over here. You can see that we have a lot backed up, and so this should help with that as well. Because the prisoners are set to haul and they don't have a lot of other stuff to do, they will come over here and empty this pretty much immediately. Next to our septic tank, I have a biofuel refinery, which we're going to set to the same bills as this one. I'll probably leave this one here, but maybe turn it off for the time being, because this should be a lot more efficient. We'll have the fecal sludge get collected here and then either go straight into the refinery or stored next to it, and then that will produce chem fuel, which can get hauled over to here. Hopefully that speeds the whole thing along, because then we're not waiting for somebody to collect it over here and then shipping it all the way to there and then all the way back over there. So I think this will be a much better system. I also added in a couple more hot water tanks. I don't know if everything's going to fall apart when we deconstruct these, but I've marked them for deconstruction, and we will be turning this into another hospital room. But again, by pulling these things out, it could cause all sorts of problems. The hygiene mod is very finicky, so I guess we'll just see when that happens. We also have a new couple. Gomez and Eduard are together, and so they've moved into Gomez's room in the detention center together, and I thought that was fine because Eduard was living in the hotel, and again, we're trying to move people out of there. So that's one new thing happening. We have Adrian finally getting a prosthetic leg. It's just a simple one. He doesn't need to really move around that well. He's, in here, but we're going to give him something because he's been hopping around on one leg. So we'll do that. We also had a quick prison break between episodes. It was just Kat and Adrian, so that's while he was resting, I figured it was a good time to get him treated. But they both got, down by the turrets pretty quickly, and that was that. And then Boss got not quite mauled by a panther, but he did get bit. He was actually trying to defend a boar. I think it went down, yeah, right here. So this is where they fought. The panther attacked one of our boars here. The panther killed the boar. He was shooting at it while the panther was attacking, and then the panther closed and managed to bite him once. He shot the panther a bunch of times, and then I think Whale jumped in and shot it a couple times too. But we were able to kill it, and now it's in the freezer, waiting to be turned into meat. But yeah, all in all, not too bad. It was a nasty bite, but he'll be fine. And other than that, we have a new quest. So it's a bandit camp quest. There are 10 enemies present, and we will be rewarded with an advanced bionic jaw. So I'm thinking we don't have anybody that needs a jaw as far as I'm aware, but Tetsuo is somebody who desperately wants some sort of bionic. He is, of course, a transhumanist, and he's frustrated because he does not have an artificial body part. So rather than wasting our resources on crafting one just for the sake of clearing that, though he does need, what is it? He does need new lungs. We can cure this though, so what we can do is go in and just cure his asthma with medicine and then install that jaw and he should be perfectly happy. So we'll probably do that today, though it is a little bit late in the day in game, so we'll probably wait until morning to send them out. We also have 2 groups of guests here, so unfortunately they're having to kind of share beds or rotate because we just have too many people living in the hotel right now. And that is something that we're going to try to fix, but at the moment, you know, it's just not our biggest priority. Though, the warehouse is finished. This is completely enclosed and interior space now, so I'm pleased with that. I am still considering whether or not I want to air condition it. All of our other main buildings are, but since nobody's actively spending extended periods of time in here, I don't really see a reason to. It's not any worse in here than it is outside, so I'll probably just leave it, but we'll see. But this is finished. It's completely roofed off. All the walls are done. At some point we'll get these solar panels in, but that's not a huge priority either. And so I think the next construction projects we want to do are obviously the walls on these public bathrooms, which seem to be taking a while, but it'd be great if we could get those in. And following that, we want to do the same over here for both the bathroom and this bunker. Then I think I'd like to start on the main administration building, which is going to be up here in the center, and or the strike team barracks over here, which is going to have a shooting range and a martial arts dojo, among other things. But that is going to be a little bit more difficult because we obviously have a lot of stuff in the way here. Not that we don't on the other one either, but we can kind of work around the plots here. Okay, so we didn't do perfect there, but they were happy at least, so I'm good with that. They left us some potato chips and raw meat. That is one group gone, but again, there is a second group still here. Hopefully we get that meat delivered in there. And oh, we got a jade meteorite that landed down here, so that's something as well. Hopefully you guys like the look of the new hedges. I find them to be a bit too green, but it's fine. It still breaks up the gray from all the paths, so that's really the main focus. I still like the look of the berry bushes better, but again, it just wasn't working. So what's Amanda's deal right now? Right, we still need to grow her a new leg. Where are we at with that? We finished natural bones a little bit ago. We are making good progress on natural limbs. So it won't be too long before we can just grow her a new leg. And speaking of that, while we are going to research the natural organs and be able to grow new organs, for Tetsuo, I think it is smarter to just spend the medicine and heal his asthma that way, because then we don't need to waste a bunch of resources crafting new lungs. He's already got working lungs. We're just going to make them work a little bit better with some medicine. So let's go ahead and queue him up for that operation. What am I doing? We'll cure asthma there and asthma there. We'll do it all at once. And he should be pretty much good as new after that. Yeah, it's got a little bit of heat stroke and then the penoxycycline, but that would be it for his medical tab. We haven't looked at that in a while. Let's make sure that nobody... So you still have a gunshot wound as well. Let's cure that too. It's going to be 2 medicine. Virgil, nothing. I think for the most part, nobody's going to have anything. You need to take a bath. Nothing doing there. You need that cured. Okay, so that was Wayne. And then we have Amanda, who again will need to grow the leg for. There's no getting around that one. You need a bath. You need a new kidney. That we will have to grow. There's no way I can fix that because it's completely gone. Her nose was shot off, but I think we can repair that. The scratch scar we can repair as well. Let's see. So cure scratch, 2 medicine. That can be herbal medicine. And do we have the ability to repair her nose? We do, but no herbal on that one. So let's wait. We'll cure the scratch scar first, and then we will switch over to proper medicine and do the nose. But that's better, I think, than doing a prosthetic. Because the prosthetic will never be... I don't know that it will matter, but this is, I think, cheaper resource-wise. Obviously, we are spending medicine, but it's not a lot of medicine, and we're constantly crafting more medicine, so ultimately, I think it's fine. We're also clearing this mountain out of the way. There's, of course, going to be a path that runs through there and then connects to what will be a path here. And the barracks will be occupying some of that space, too. So, for this building up here, I think what we're going to do is have it laid out similar to this, where there's at least a small buffer on 3 of 4 sides. The back side can just be a row of hedges between it and the path. But for the left and right sides, we'll at least leave a couple and maybe do some more solar panels there. And for the front, we'll have a larger patio just like we have here. So I think, for the most part, this building is going to look the same as this one, at least in terms of the exterior. Now, in terms of the interior, it's going to be a lot different because it's going to be housing several people. We'll have some sort of office in there for whoever our colony leader becomes. And I'm sure I'll come up with other things to have in there as well, but it'll be a bunch of individual rooms rather than a big open space like this, and so we'll have to kind of plan those rooms out. A lot of them will be bedrooms, but again, there'll be offices. We might find certain jobs that are worth putting in there. There's some stuff with, like the Red Horse mod, for example. Okay, good, so Wayne's gunshot is done. Before I forget, let's switch him back over to herbal medicine. So with the Red Horse mod, there's this black hat station where people can spend, they just basically spend time sitting at this desk, and if they have a high enough skill in, I think, intelligence, they can slowly accumulate silver just by sitting there working at this desk. It's supposed to be like a hacker station, but we can... maybe, I don't know, we'll call it like our marketing department or something. I don't know. There's also stuff like a mission board we could put in to look for new missions, and that would be a good idea because I often find myself not being able to record the next episode because there's just nothing worthy of really showing. So I don't like starting to record an episode if we're literally just going to be sitting here building. Like, that's what we're doing now, but we're going to be going on a mission as soon as the sun comes up, which we should speed things up a little bit to that end. But yeah, so if it looks like the entire episode is just going to be base management, I try not to start recording until something happens. But that's not always, super viable, and so if we have a mission board like that, we can literally just walk up and pick something if we need to spice an episode up. Okay, so gonna lay in this back wall here, and let's see, that is like what, 1, 2, 3 off the path. So 1, 2, 3, so we can start right here and bring that down. Unfortunately, there's a lot of like weird spots where the terrain just won't accommodate our walls, so we'll have to work around those until we terraform them. 1, 2, 3. So here's the corner. We'll bring that down. We're gonna need to measure out like where the doors should be and whether or not we're gonna have windows. So I'm going to grab this and forbid it. I don't want them building it yet. I just want those there so I have a concrete idea of what we're dealing with. I could use the planning tool, but this is easier because these are the walls that are going to be there anyways. So we'll have them set up, we just don't have them actively being built yet. Because obviously I want that material going to, well, actually the other bathroom right now would be this one. And it looks like they actually are working on it. The synthetic paint seems to be the main hang up there, which I don't know why we have such a hard time keeping up with that, because we have a lot of chem fuel. And so it's really just a matter of somebody doing the damn job. And it says I have a lot of paint. I have 202 paint. So why is this taking so long to get done? I don't know. What is this? Oh, Gallimimus egg. So where's our synthetic paint? There it is, 202, yeah. And we have concrete. So yeah, let's get moving. The sooner this is built, the sooner people will actually start using it. It is fully plumbed, so we are, using water in there. And I think people are using the sinks, but they won't use the toilets until they're kind of, a little bit more private. Which, I don't blame them. But yeah, it'd be nice if this would get done, because then they won't need to go all the way back, excuse me, to the hotel or whatever to use the bathroom, or, whatever is closest to them. Aside from this, if they're down here, they can just use these. And the same is true over here, though we're going to do one thing at a time. When those are done, we'll start on the bunker, which, the bunker is actually available to build now, and it looks like they did start on it. I don't really care which one gets done first. Bathrooms are a big deal, but so is defense. So either one of those. But when that's finished, we'll allow construction of this bathroom as well. I did ask them to run pipes in there, and it looks like they started to, but they didn't finish. So we'll need that done too. We have enough steel for it. That's not an issue of resources, that's an issue of just manpower. Actually, I just noticed you can trade. Let's grab Gomez, and can you come trade with their leader real quick? See if they have anything worth taking. They have some herbal medicine, which is not really something I need. They have pemmican, which I have more packaged survival meals than I know what to do with at this point. Where are they? I have more than that. That's just what fits in the stockpile. Do you have anything else for sale? Flak pants and a wooden war mask. I don't really need any of that. I will sell you some stuff though. You can only buy... Here, why don't you buy this jacket then? And I'll give you this as well. And that is it. Actually, I won't. These are falling apart, so I'll give you these. Okay. Lock that in, and then Gomez, before you take off anywhere, trade one more time, and we're going to give them some gifts. I don't know what it's going to be. I'll just throw some random junk at them. How about this auto pistol and this bolt action rifle? That's still 0. Fantastic. I'll give you a minigun. And a Mac 11. That's, you know what, fine. It'll just clear space out of my inventory. You can have some of these submachine guns. You can have that MP5. I have so many weapons. But this is good. This giving them gifts lowers our colony wealth, which of course affects raids. And it increases relations with them, and it gives me more storage space. You can have this. You can have this. I guess I'll give you that one. We're only up to 4. AA-12. That's actually a good gun for somebody who has really poor accuracy, because it's just a rapid fire shotgun, so if you park them close enough to somebody, they'll just unload on them. Let's get rid of this stuff here, because I'm not going to use any vanilla clothing. Anything below 50% isn't worth keeping around either. Or anything near 50%, I guess I should say. So we'll just dump it on them. Got a bunch of backpacks there. 49, yeah, you can have that. And that's about it. So we're going to unload a bunch of clothing we don't want on them. And leave it there. Cool. So that's +7. It's not bad. So I think that's most of our injuries taken care of. Riker is up and about again. Wayne is as well. Tetsuo has been fully treated. He's just waiting for the anesthetic to wear off. And then Billa's first surgery was a success, and now I've changed her medicine over to proper medicine or industrial level, and queued up repair of her nose. So the scar is gone. Now we're putting her nose back on effectively. And it looks like we'll wait just a little bit longer. Actually, no, everybody's awake well, except for Allison, but I think she'll be fine. So let's jump out to the world map. And we are going to go ahead and send probably 5 or 6 people out on this one. There are 10 enemies, so we want to make sure we have enough people to handle everyone. But at the same time, our superior firepower and just the general stupidity of the AI is usually not that difficult to deal with. So, yeah, we'll probably just be able to outshoot them. And this is pretty close, too, so that's awesome. Let's form our caravan. Again, it's going to be Riker taking the lead there. Then Lester. Not going to send Gomez. We will send Bruce, who looks like he's currently in the bath. We will send Allison. And we will send Boss. So that's 5. Do we want to make it 6? Could send Tetsuo, but he's still, unconscious. So, do I want to send Gomez? I'm not sure about sending her just because she is our best social person and we do have guests here. So I'm wondering, let's send Tails. She hasn't got to go on a mission in a while. So we'll send those 6. We'll, of course, give them dinosaur mounts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, as we've done before, we're going to send Ares as a mount because we need an extra one. So we'll put Tails on Ares. Are you bonded to somebody? Oh, perfect. Bonded to Tails, so she can ride Ares the boar. And then we'll do Bruce. And we'll do Riker, and we'll do Lester, and then we'll put Boss and Allison on the Gallimimuses, just because, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. In fact, it doesn't at all, but since Bruce and Lester are the Hulk body type, I always imagine them being heavier, and therefore putting them on the bigger dinosaurs. But, of course, it doesn't matter at all. So there's our destination, and we've got packaged survival meals to bring. Let's take 25. That's about 5 days worth of food. We'll have to make sure that Tails can actually eat packaged survival meals because there's a good chance she is not on the right meal assignment. And then, of course, we need some medicine just in case things go sideways. So we'll bring 24 of that stack, I guess. And that's probably sufficient. But again, before we send them out, let's go up to Tails here, since she hasn't been on a mission in a while. Everybody else has, so I think they'll be fine. Oh, good, she's set to Caravan. Well, probably not good. That means she's probably been eating packaged survival meals, but ultimately it doesn't matter. So I think we're good to go. We'll lock that in. Cool. So off we send them. And we should be able to resolve that today. We'll probably end today's episode with that mission, and I can take care of the return trip off camera. Right, Bill is still waiting on her nose. Oh, Tetsuo woke up right after we sent them out. He would have been a good choice because he's got decent shooting skill, and in terms of other skills, he's not doing anything that nobody else could do. For example, Tails is helping us grow as well. And she's doing, stuff with the animals too, whereas I don't really need Tetsuo for art. I have other people doing that. And again, I have other people planting, so he would have been a little bit more expendable. And he's got this big beefy RPD that I would have liked to see in action. But it's fine. We can send him on the next one, maybe. Though, I think we were ultimately planning on turning him into one of the base security. So, giving him the outfit that these guys have. But, we'll see about that. We will certainly see. By the way, speaking of our base security, the cattle prods are finished. Well, I don't know about finished, but some of them are finished. And we need to see about equipping them. So, I think like Marin is a good candidate for that. Z should of course have one. In fact, Z living in the prison should definitely have one. I'm still on the fence about what to do with Gomez because she is of course our best recruiter and just talker in general, but she's also one of our best fighters. And so I've had a hard time deciding whether I want her to be base security or if I want to keep her with the away team or what I want to do there. But luckily, she decided to pair up with somebody who is in the security team. So Edouard is also living in the prison now, which is convenient. So maybe she can be kind of our Red Rover and bounce back and forth between the two different jobs. Anyway, Z. Since the stun guns have proven to be quite lethal, we're going to try the cattle prods instead. I'm going to bet here that they're probably equally as lethal, but I at least want to give them a shot. Okay, can you finish up your talk there so we can send you up here and grab this? Okay, you're going to go talk to Olga right now. Great. Hurry up with that, please. Okay, they're talking right now. That does remind me, though, seeing Tetsuo. Let's hop over here very quickly, and I need to ask for another body armor to get made. It doesn't matter which one. So we'll do... I think I'd been doing the Interceptor body armor, but this is something that we're going to despawn as soon as it's made, and then spawn in an equivalent quality of the vest that we've been wearing for our uniforms. Since they're the same statistically and everything else, it's, you know, just changing the sprite so that we have the one that we want. Okay, you're done? You're gonna go talk to somebody else, but that can wait. Come over here, please. Just go stand next to it. We'll have her unload her inventory. I don't think Molotov cocktails are necessary for somebody guarding a base. You do have some moderate melee skill, right? Yeah. I don't want to give this to somebody who, like, you know, can't use it. Okay, so stand here. We're going to have you drop the Molotovs and the knife. Or, sorry, the stun gun. And let's take that out of your inventory. And then I would like you to pick up the cattle prod. I can't equip stuff as secondaries anymore. I don't know what happened with the mod, but they still use them the same. So it should be fine. The only downside to not being able to equip it as a sidearm is they won't treat this as part of their kit. So if she gets downed and loses her gear, she'll come back to retrieve her gun whenever she can, but she won't come back to retrieve the cattle prod. So that means I have to just take care of it manually. But she'll still switch to it if she gets pulled into melee. And I think I asked for like 3 of those to be made, so Edouard and Marin will get them too. Tone as well. And I guess Tetsuo. But we'll need to get Tetsuo a proper gun too, since our security staff is all armed with M16s. This RPD is a little bit out of place. And we'll find somebody else that can use that. Alright, so Virgil is finishing up some of these walls for us, which is great. So about half of the walls in this bathroom are finished and getting more done all the time. The partitions are done as well, so these stalls are effectively stalls now. So that's great. Though I did notice, oh good, the caravan finally left. I did notice, I think it was Lester is still using these bathrooms even though they weren't enclosed. So the toilet was completely open. Luckily nobody walked by, so he didn't get the the mood penalty for being seen, but he apparently didn't care. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. Oh, and then Gomez gets an inspired trade right after we had her trade. Oh well. By the way, looking at our bathrooms here, the way I've set these entrances up to be in line with the doors, it leaves this one little spot in the middle here that I could either just make as part of, you know, one big gap in the hedges, or what I tried to do was have the entrance be, you know, even with the door, and so it left this one little spot. What I was thinking of doing is, it kind of looks weird to just have a hedge there, right? So there's other decorations, and I was maybe considering either doing this pedestal lantern there, like paving it and then putting a pedestal lantern there, or doing a marble fountain. There's also a bigger one, but that's obviously too big. That's something we could maybe do in the big square here, even though it looks so tiny in this giant square area. But we'll see. I did like the idea of this smaller one, though, right there. So that's something I'll consider. Okay, and then the other group left. Their stay was okay. They weren't super pleased with it, but someone did leave us some chicken lope eggs and composite white fabric, I guess. I don't know what this is. Oh, synthamide composite. Okay. We can make stuff out of that. Which I guess is true of just about anything in this game, but, yeah, anyways. I don't really have the, logistics set up to deal with that right now. Our natural limbs research just finished, so I'm actually genuinely curious, what do we need to do in order to start producing those? Because in theory, we should have everything we need to at least start pumping those out. I'm willing to bet it might be this organ vat. So let's build one of these somewhere. That's pretty steel intensive, but I have like 2,500 steel and 113 components, so really this isn't that big of a deal. It needs to be in a clean room though, that's the issue. And I guess in theory, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put it in the research building. Well, it makes sense. It doesn't make as much sense to put it there though as to put it in, say, the hospital. The issue is none of this has been torn down yet because our people are slackers. So maybe I will just pop it in here. It can be in its own room up there or something. And we'll pray that we can move them after we place them, because it would be a waste to have to tear this down and reconstruct it somewhere else. But we'll put it down there, see what we're able to do with it, and go from there, I guess. Okay, we have arrived, and this is kind of a cool little setup. If we wanted to, we could mine through this little gap here and attack them from multiple sides. I might want to do that, because we could put like somebody here, somebody here. That might be too close. Maybe not for Bruce, because Bruce's gun doesn't have the best range. And then somebody like here, and is there... Actually, that might be better there, because these trees are all going to block line of sight. Okay. So first things first, move to there for me, and then everybody that is on a dinosaur, go ahead and dismount. Or I guess any sort of animal, since not every animal here is a dinosaur. Dismount, please, and I can't really get to boss. Boss, dismount. Oh, you're not mounted, okay. Oh, that was Allison, got it. There we go. Okay. So, let's send Riker, Tails, and I guess Allison will be the team that moves. So you three are going to go over there. Nobody should be firing until I say so. Lester, are they already coming at us? It kind of looks like they are. Okay. Scratch that. Lester, go here. Bruce, go there. Riker, set up here. Tails, you can set up next to him, and we'll put you here. Okay, do that. And we'll just fight from this spot. I don't like fighting so close to our dinosaurs, but they are coming at us from the looks of it, or at least they started to. So we'll just bring them into a firing line. They are tribals after all, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, our body armor's done. Cool. Come on, you can do it. Only Riker's in range. Maybe we should maneuver around. Okay. At the very least, we're going to take up closer positions because we can't do anything from back here. So this is a decent spot for that. Bruce, take up that spot on the corner, and Lester, you're going to go, I guess, get behind the trees there. And we'll put Boss with you on the other tree. And it looks like Riker can still shoot. Let's move you up a little bit. Okay, they are attacking. So Allison and Tails, you need to get closer. Not too close, but at least close enough to engage. So let's put you each on a tree. And Riker, you were going to that tree. I guess that's fine. Just watch your fire. Okay, start shooting. That's one down. They're moving pretty quick, or at least that one is. I need both of you to fire here. Lester, what did you get hit by? A recurve bow? Wow. That hurts. Come on. One person, just light them up. There we go. Now then, I need at least you two to fire there. Let's have you fire here. What's your range look like? I need you shooting at them in cover, and you do the same. Those bows are actually doing some decent damage to us. They downed Lester. We are in cover, so I don't know why they're having such good luck against us with those, but it's working. Okay, they're starting to retreat. We're not going to let them get away, obviously. I'm going to need to send somebody around the back, probably. So, Riker, run over here. We're going to try to get Meyer. The rest appear to be coming this way, which is going to have them run through our range. Okay, so it looks like they've managed to get through. Oh, Meyer's coming toward us. Perfect. In just a second, we will get Lester into one of these buildings. Alright. Everybody dead except for you. Looks that way, yeah. Okay. Riker, you're the closest, so come open this door. If they already have beds, we'll try to take advantage of the ones that are already there. If they don't, then we will obviously have to just put down a sleeping spot. Okay, lots of tables. You know what? For the sake of just getting this done as quickly as we can, I'm going to put a sleeping spot in there. But there's a decent chance there's beds in here. They're obviously sleeping somewhere. But that's good enough. Boss, since you're hit, you're going to be the one that rescues Lester. And we'll try to get you somewhere to get treated as well. Who has the medicine on them? Well, you have some. But I need probably more than that. You wouldn't happen to have it, would you? No. And we can't see Lester's inventory until he gets put down. Bruce. No medicine. No medicine. Okay, Tails has the rest. So Tails, get over here. Right. Riker, drop what you've got. And I need you to immediately start tending, not chopping wood. Please start tending to Lester. Boss, how are you looking? Just one nasty cut. Do whatever you need to do. Tails, come over here and check this out. And I guess, Bruce, you can come over here as well. Okay, they had sleeping bags in here. Good to know. What we should do is... Well, it's too late. He's already slept in this. But if I had marked it as medical first, it wouldn't have unassigned his bed back home. but whatever. Looks like Boss is just going to sleep out in the open. Bruce, can you... he's not down, so we can't actually do anything with it. Alright, well, he's all patched up, at least. He's fed. If we wanted to, we could just leave now. And I think we will. I don't see any reason to stick around. So, let's go back out to the world map. And now that everybody has been stabilized, Boss's injury will get treated on the way back, but since, you know, he's not dying from it, I'm not that concerned. Make sure we bring any and all food that was available to us. All the herbal medicine. Ooh, royal jelly. We'll take that. Don't have much use for this stuff. We could, of course, sell it, but I don't really want to just keep adding to our colony wealth if I don't have to. We definitely want to bring your gun back. That would be wise. And these bedrolls might be worth grabbing. That'll probably be it, though. So our route is, of course, home. We'll lock that in. Then let's jump back over here and see about that vest. So I wager it probably got taken over here. Is it this one? Yes. So there's our excellent quality vest. Let's go into the dev tools. And we need to spawn apparel. This is going to be the MSF vest. Not the bandana. It's not the combats. I think it's this. Poor, masterwork, awful. There we go. Then we destroy everything but that. Okay. And that'll be Tetsuo. So Tetsuo, come wear this before I forget about it. And I think that's where we'll leave it for today. So it's going to take them a little while to get back, but they should arrive before midday. And then they'll probably need to sleep for a while. We'll continue working on, obviously, getting the berry bushes replaced is going to be a pretty arduous task, and it's going to take a while. But we're making good progress on the walls in various places, so hopefully we can get this done soon, and all of this, and then again move on to the administration building, as well as the barracks, which we haven't even started planning out yet. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.